Hi there guys. Well, for those of you who saw my last solo overnighter, I came to some woods which a farmer lent me permission to camp in, and I'm back here again today. Last time I camped in the kind of pine forest or pine part of the wood, and I asked the farmer if I could camp in the deciduous part of the wood, and he said it was okay, which is great. So I'm going to go now and find a spot. It's a beautiful day. It's actually the first summer's day, proper summer's day, which is great. So yeah, I'm going to go for a wander and see if I can find a nice spot to pitch the tent. I've got Sky with me, who's still on the lead. I'm going to do a kind of big recce after I put the tent up and make sure there aren't any deer around, and then I can let her off. It's changed quite a bit since I was last year. Last time, about a month ago, it was a total sea of primroses. They've obviously all disappeared now. So it'll be interesting to see what new growth there is of new flowers. So pretty. So I've come across, I think, what is a good spot for camping. I've seen some coppiced hazel, some quite matured coppiced hazel, which I can use for when I'm doing my fire setup. And then over here, I found a good bit of flat ground. It's very, very slightly raised, so it's not going to be damp. Well, I mean, it's going to be damp, but it's not going to be boggy. There are some places I found which were boggy. So yeah, I think this is a spot. Plus I'm not crushing loads of flora and fauna. And I got some good space to have a fire. So, pretty excellent. Very excited again. So I'll set up the tent and get back to you when it's all done. So guys, I've set up the tent. It's a beautiful spot here, I have to say. And although you can hear the road noise, I'm a bit closer to the road than last time. It's just not even an issue to me. It's like white noise. When you're actually here, you can hear the birds, you can feel the life in the woods. And so yeah, I'm really, really pleased. I've got actually butterflies in my tongue. I'm so happy. Anyway, let's get serious now. Oh yeah, my rucksack completely broke the other day. It was very, very ancient, and so I splashed out and got myself a Carrymore Sabre 45 with 2 side pouches. I've done quite a bit of research, and it's great actually. It does take everything just about, and it's really comfy. It's a nice balance. So that's that. And also, well, I've had it for a while, this, the Snug Pack Response. That I just keep all my little bits and bobs in, sort of rod and steel and first aid kit and survival kit, you know, just little bits that are going to get lost in the big bag. So that's that. My God, there's a motorbike in here. Anyway, tent as usual. Sky's bit. I'm going to try putting Sky in the vestibule tonight, which is going to be interesting. She'll probably rebel and climb into the main tent with me. Nothing new in there. Sky, you're not going to bed now. Come on, Sky. Here. Come on. So my next job is just to kind of make ready the area I'm going to have a fire. I found a spot, literally, only what, 10 yards away. It's got a slight dip. It's nice and clear. There's lots of space around it, so there's no chance of things catching fire. And it's really not that far from the tent. Before I get the wood, I thought I'd try this new way of carrying the wood that I find, because I get fed up carrying it under my arm. I saw on the channel, what was it? Intense Angler. He did this setup where he got 2 bits of wood. I've got 1 bit there. And I'm going to cut this other bit to length very quickly. yeah, 2 bits of wood. I'll just put my Laplander away. And then he got 2 bits of paracord, which I have here. And he tied a piece onto this end and a piece onto this end. And then he got the other same length of paracord and put it, I think you can see, tied it onto the other end of the other piece of wood, and again onto this end. And then you collect the wood, you stack it in the middle, and then I'll show you what happens when you've got a pile of it. It might make life a bit easier. So thanks, Intense Angler. Okay, so I've got myself a first pile of wood. There's tons of it here. So what I do, following Intense Angler's advice, get one end of the stringed piece of wood, get the other end, feed this first piece through there, and then lift. Works a treat. Right, I'll take that back now. Okay, so I've got a fair amount of wood. I've got some kindling, which is dry, but this wood is pretty damp. So I'm actually going to go a bit further afield and go back to the pine wood and get some dead standing where there's loads of very dry branches. So I'm going to go and do that now, and then I know that I've got a good fire ready, or I'm going to be able to light a good fire. En route for looking for the pine wood, I've come across the wild garlic that I found last time. It's all in absolutely full bloom now. So I'm going to grab a few leaves and again use them somehow with my supper tonight. I'll put them in my pocket. They smell strong. Okay, so I got to the pine bit of the wood now, and this is what I was looking for, these dead branches which are absolutely bone dry. Perfect, perfect. So I can really get a good hot fire before I put the damp wood on. Right, I'll get some of this now. Okay, I got very little tinder here, so this is going to be a challenge. I think it's damp too. Oh, okay. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. It's going to have to be. You can do it. Come on. Right. Well, that was lucky actually. As I say, it wasn't exactly a big handful of tinder, but I've got some nice dry dead pine, which is taking off really easily. So I think we're okay. Right, okay, Job done. I'll get it going now. Okay, so the fire's really got going now. It's producing some good heat. I'm going to do my potato as usual, baked potato. I actually was going to look for some dock leaves to wrap it in because, who is it? Oh yeah, his channel, great name, Fartin or Fart Unique. This guy, he said that you can wrap them in dock leaves, but as I say, I haven't found any yet, so I'm going to go back and use tin foil. And Sky, hello Sky. Yes, I know it's your dinner time soon, isn't it? And I was going to put it just there, just tuck it in there. Let's go out the way and you can see. Oh, and then Sky. Then what I'm going to do is, there's some nettles nearby, so I thought I'd have some nettles as my vegetable tonight. So I'm going to go and collect some of those now and bring them back. So, got all my veg now for dinner. I put the garlic leaves in, and I've also put some cleavers in, which I don't know if you can see. You know, they're the ones with this little sticky things that stick to the back of any material. And I've got the nettles. So I'll add some salt to them and steam them up later on when the potatoes nearly cooked. In terms of meat, what I really wanted today was to have some rabbit. And I went out this morning early to get myself a rabbit, and typically, sod's law, I think a fox must have been around because there wasn't sight or sound of a rabbit. Anyway, as an alternative, I went off and got myself, I didn't catch this, wish I had, a nice piece of salmon steak with the skin on. And I did this because I saw on a really good video, Bushcraft Barton, he had a really clever way of cooking this over the fire with some hazel. So I'm going to try that now. Well, I'm going to try it later. But first I need to go and get some hazel and kind of set up the cooking stick for this. So in a minute I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, so I've got, I think that's about 5 foot long piece of hazel. And what I'm going to do is split it down the end here by about, I don't know, 8 inches. Dead centre. Okay, so you can see it's got a sort of grab point there. And what I'm going to do is make another piece of wood now, another piece of hazel that I'm going to spear the salmon with, and then I put the salmon in here, and then I put some cordage around the end and cook it that way. So, as I said, I'm going to get the other piece of hazel. Okay, so I've ended up with quite a flat piece of wood with a point on the end, and I'm going to spear that through the salmon. So I'll do that in a bit when, as I say, when the potatoes are a bit nearer cooking or cooked. Okay, so I think it's time to put the vegetables on. My greens, I'm just putting some salt on them, as always. I'm going to put it sort of on the edge, get it to hopefully steam slowly. I don't want it getting too hot. And then I'm going to get the salmon set up. Okay, I've got the salmon here. So what I'm going to do is use the stick I made earlier. Where are we? There. I'm going to stick it through along and up the other end. So it's sort of like that and make it nice and flat. I've obviously washed my hands, well, disinfected them. Then what I'm going to do is, if you can see, let's just see if I can get this right. I'm going to slide, the sky's coming over, slide this through there, and I'm going to clamp it with a bit of cordage. I'm just going to use, I found a piece of, I think it's honeysuckle, which I'm going to have a go with. So, I'm just going to wrap this round. Not sure if this is going to hold. No, it's not going to hold. I'm going to have to come back and get some more, go back and get some more cordage. Should pull just about, I'd say. Oh, this fire is hot. I feel it burning my arms. Okay, so sky no out. So that's the that's how it looks. You can see it's kind of skewered and held on, and now I'm going to hold it over the fire. Right, well I reckon that's done. And interestingly, the cordage I used, which was a bit of sort of reed, is still intact. So it's quite interesting. Right, let's get it all sorted. Right, I've put the greens on. Let's see if we can slide this off now. Left on there. Very dainty cooking this. Got the potato. Let's pull that skewer out. Blinking hot. As usual. So what I'll do actually is take the skin off. Which skin I can have. I'll put that over here. Get some salt. Oh, my hands are dirty. Let's use a bit of moss to clean them off. Olive oil. Where's the pepper gone? Just trying to look for the pepper now. Where's it gone? Where's the salt? Oops. And here's the pepper. Oh, it's spilling it. Right then, I think I'm going to get tucked in there. I'll use my Zulu sky, get your head out of the way. Yeah, so I got my Zulu here, which is good for cutting, for eating. Very good. I'm interested to try these greens. They don't look too appetising, but if that's all you have to eat, that's all you have to eat. Can't taste the garlic. It's an acquired taste, I'd say, but perfectly edible. And it helps with the olive oil too. So, right. As always, I'm going to enjoy it now. Is that good stuff? It's worth the wait, as always. Well, it's getting pretty dark now. I've been sitting here with my cup of tea and doing some carving on the wood spirit that I was doing last time. I don't think I can do much more on this one actually. I think it's yeah, pretty much there for this one. As you can see, it's quite ridged. It was a bit of old pine that I had, and it's kind of tricky working with the ridges. But I've really enjoyed doing it, and I'll get another piece of wood. I'm going to try and find some sycamore, I think, next time. But yeah, he's got a certain charm about him. He's not looking too happy. I think the next one I'll do, it'd be nice to have a smiley face. Anyway, and Sky is settled in on her duvet outside. Sky? 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 Hello. And what we'll do is we'll sit here for a while and then go to our tent. So guys, as always, it's been really enjoyable. I'm pretty tired and I'm looking forward to having a good night's sleep. So see you in the morning.